Epic transition. Hello, everybody, and welcome on into the season 5.5 finale of Boon ESPN. Well, thank you all for tuning in if you are live or on the YouTube channel. Either or works just fine for me. This is, of course, going to be the final episode of this current season of Go for Watch League, and kind of a final last little recap here. So yeah, really, that's about it. I got for the intro here. I got Vanessa planned. We do want to start by thanking you, the audience, for voting Boon ESPN the best content piece in the Go for Watch League. We had some pretty stiff competition this year, being the Rialto Roundtable. They almost made it to 4 episodes, so shout out to them for trying their darndest. But you just can't beat the production quality that we have around here. So we thank everybody. And of course, we are live, so if there's any problems with the microphone or anything, just let me know. But yeah, I'll run down a quick itinerary for today. We're going to start off with a bit of a congratulations to our season champs, go into some final power rankings, and they're not the order in which teams are eliminated. A couple trains up there, so we're going to keep things interesting. We're going to go into some award predictions. Since we got the list from Fedora Master, we're going to go ahead and give our award predictions from BOON1ESPN. And of course, since I was a commissioner for 5 seasons, my predictions are probably correct because I know exactly the criteria needed to win these awards. And then I'm going to go ahead and give my predictions for the new admin team because we're running out of things to talk about on this show since the season's already over. I thought it'd be fun. Why not? And then we're going to end off with a World Cup preview real quick. There won't be any Boon ESPN for the World Cup, so, I just figured I'd let you guys know who I thought was going to be pretty good. So, we're going to start off with a quick congratulations to the Pinkara Pushins. Poggers all around. Good showing from them. They lost in the winners finals and went down a loser's bracket. Beat the Imps, albeit a hobbled Imps team with no Invictus and Trey having to leave. Sadly, I just couldn't live up to Trey's expectations in Mat 5. That last fight was really all my fault. The Imps probably would have won the championship if it wasn't for me throwing. So I apologize, but it's all to give my boy PJ a ring. And, Mikey gets the ring too. A lot of OGs get in the ring. And no, I'm not going to pronounce Pankara correctly because I've been doing it wrong the entire season, so why change it now? Now, I've given my congratulations to the Pushins. Now it's time to go into the power rankings. Of course, for the last time this season, brought to you by GGU's Axolotls, made out of 83% recycled material. Axolotls puts green in your stomach and green in my wallet. We thank them for sponsoring the show the entire season. We hope to see them back next year, too. Always a good time to have sponsors. If you have a product want sponsored, give me the DM, baby. A wall could always use a couple more dollar bills in it. Anyway, starting off with the bottom. Actually, first off, we're going to give a quick thank you to Regular Jake55, our resident HV Sec, for the subscription with the Prime sub. That's 3 months. Thank you very much for that. PogChamps all around for him. He can, I believe the emote is the Gof6 Pog, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is the GOP6 Pog. There's no H, so the GOP6 Pog is all yours, my man. Make sure to spam that in chat if you can. Everybody just spends their points on it anyway. Wait, this is live? Of course it is, because I went full Bill O'Reilly and said, F it. We'll do it live. I think I've already sworn, but we'll keep it PG-13 since Fancy's here now. We got to look out. We don't want their parents to get involved and send me very scoring emails and or text messages. So we've done our sponsorship read. We've done our shout outs to the Pinkara Pushis. Now it's on the power rankings, and at number 10 in our power rankings, the Troubling Trout. Who remembers in the week 2 of Boon ESPN when I was like, you got a good team here, Noah. Don't mess this up now. This is when I had them in the 3rd seed in the power rankings after that week. Yeah. It's not the Cats. Kind of a big surprise, but I figured after what happened with the Cats and what happened with the Trout, I would say the Trout are worse because the Trout were facing a Ducks team that were trying to lose, and they still couldn't win. So that tells me something. Because when I look at the Cats, we have their ability to run their good comp. They just didn't run it very much, but their ability to run the Cath, Sombra, and the etc. Zarya comp with the with the Hanzo, the Whalefish acquisition. I think the Whalefish got more time. I think they could have possibly saw some more wins coming their way. So when I think of the last team in the rankings, it was between, kind of these next three. And I was like, who do I think would actually win in a match if they're all trying? I'd probably say the Trout would come out last in most of those scenarios, because the Trout didn't look good. After I hyped them up in that 1 week, they did not look good past that. At number 9, the Ducks. Not the Cats, the Ducks. And they are in the 9th seed because Frabel just quit the team, so that certainly hinders their ability to play. And then also, they were just trying to lose. So I think they're probably upset they were in 10th, honestly, in the power rankings. So the Ducks are going to be at 9 because they were trying to lose, and I'm not going to try to explain how they're not lower or higher. At number 8, here they are, the Chicago Cats. The Chicago Cats are going to be finishing the season at number 8. They go winless, and they still somehow go up the rankings. You know what? For the last time, it's a live thing, so I can do whatever I want here. We're going to go ahead. It's probably going to blast your ears, so I'd turn the stream down a little bit for the last couple seconds here, because it's going to come in at full volume. And ladies and gentlemen, for the last time this season, Cats cursed MP4. Beautiful. The Cats, they made that trade for Willfish, and honestly, I think that was a pretty big addition because they could run that comp with the Cath on the Sombra as well as the Exeter Rosaria. I think if they stuck to it, they would have actually probably beat the Anglers. For being 100% honest, we had no answer for it. We were getting our shit rolled, and then they just decided to switch off it. Then we won. So I shout out to the Cats for keeping the .mp4 alive. I guess the Cats cursed MP4. Boy, I love narratives. I also love narratives because I'm the media I'm the media of this league. So I also love narratives because it makes my job a hell of a lot easier. At number 7, I got the OTs. The OTs come in this spot because the team, I mean spoilers, the next team is going to be the Whales. It's because I played both of them in the playoffs. So, and both of us went to Mat 5. So it's kind of just like, who's I feeling more stressed out about losing to? And honestly, the only reason the OTs are in 7 and not in 6 with the Whales is because they lack that true carry power that Grigma Male carries. That big boom whip energy just whips it on the table in front of all of us, goes on flanks and kills 5. It's just the OTs were a very good team, I think, all around, but they didn't have that real carry player. I think it's kind of why I have him in the 7 spot. I mean, Rusty, shout out to you for playing Diva, but you can't carry as much, and it's no offense to Roar, but he's no Grigma Male, so I want to do a quick shout out though to Lumpy Seal. Lumpy Seal had a great season for their SR, and I believe they've done a lot of climbing as well, so look out for them in season 6, or maybe the admins will decide to call it season 5.6, 5.5.5. We're just adding patches to the seasons now rather than actually giving it a real number. We're just going to go further and further decimals to the fact that we're just in 2049, we're like Go for Watch League Pi, 17 billion digits. That'd be pretty cool, I think. Yeah, I already went through number 6 on the Whales. The Whales, they had a rough start to the season, but towards the end really brought it home, I think. That it really all started with winning 2 maps against the Skies and getting reverse swept. But I think the Whales kind of figured out what they were doing. They're a team that always seemed to be in good spirits, as well as had a lot of potential with the Grigma Male. And then I think once they got Space Muffin off the roster and had a consistent starting player, I think they got a lot stronger and just knew that they were going to have someone there. I think was a very good start to their matches when they got in the server. So yeah, shout out to the Whales. They brought us to Mat 5. I gave them the question mark, question mark plus L plus not different playoffs or something, but that's all because Schmilf, I think, I think it was Schmilf, or the Grim Mail account that day was really starting to piss me off because of how good he was. So I had to, I don't know, I just tried to respond and try to look cool, but I was getting carried that game. I did jack shit. Number 5. This is, it kind of stems from their player performance, It's going to be the Emma Skies at 5. They were the number 2 seed the entire season, into the playoffs. Then just Fancy had to leave, and that made things rough. And so with Fancy gone, they got knocked out as loser brackets pretty quickly. Then they brought it back because they beat the Ducks. Yeah, the Ducks, who were trolling at that point. Didn't want to play the game anymore, I believe. Turn off your mic, please. I can do that, sure. I just, it is live, of course, so yeah, there we go. The mic is going to be up. To be fair, I also forgot that, yes, because you lost to the 7th seed, who, I forget who was at the time. But yeah, they were down HV, and there's that really weird comp where you have, like, Akua on DPS, and then, like, trying to play double shield with some other people. Were you against the Whales? Oh, yeah, because then the Whales went to lose in the next round against the Ice and Imps in the semifinals. OT. Oh, stop feeding me false information, chat. I'm not going to look at the bracket either. OTs, then Imps? Okay. Whales played Imps and Winners. Yeah, I thought they did, because the Whales would be the ace seed, because the Trout and the Cat were the bottom. I'm getting bad information from my sideline reporters. They will be fired. But anyway, the Skies knocked in a lower bracket, and then honestly, the really bad part of it is they faced the Imps in the the losers quarterfinals, because then they couldn't. They had to face the best team. The 1 and 2 seeds had to go off, so they got Fancy back for that game, but they were going up against the Ice and Imps. So, yikers! And then they got 5th/6th that area. So yeah, I mean, sucks, but Skies are going to be at number 5 for that player performance. It was honestly disappointing, but I know it was really out of control. But for me, I was hoping to see them potentially go further, but sucks to, we were down within that game. Donkar. We never had a full team in playoffs. Well, that honestly, it's a bit of karma. All right, I'm going to come out and say it. Mickey Mouse team, they got Fancy in the 4th round. All right, Mickey Mouse team, your availability finally struck you in the butt. All right, I let y'all. I finally said it. Number 4. We're moving on. 4 is the Awesome Anglers. They got 4th. They lost to all the teams above them in the power rankings and beat the teams below them. We're the perfect gatekeepers. We're literally the Atlanta Reign of the league. All right? Goofy. I went into the season knowing we wouldn't win. That's my fancy. And you didn't win. I'll stop bragging this guys right now, all right? Those are some cool dudes over there. I want to say the Mickey Mouse joke at least once on BOON1ESPN. But yeah, Anglers number 4. Solid all-around showing from a team. I think a lot of people had them in like the top 3-ish at the beginning of the season, but the 3 teams ahead of them kind of really jumped from our beliefs beginning of the season. Because if you remember the first ABM Power Rankings, or the first Journalism Power Rankings, we had like the Ducks at number 1, or the Ducks at number 2. What were we smoking? What was in the air when we were like, oh, they got the Ducks, dogs. These guys are poggers. Like, who? Cheaterada Ducks. Yeah, pretty epic, honestly. But, I mean, you guys still trolled and won a playoff game. So, honestly, shout out to the Ducks. Shout out to them. I'll go off for the Awesome Anglers. I can't really see too much because then it just seems like I'm jacking myself off. So, hey, we got 4th. I don't have the music, so I'll just do my best here. I'm controlling the stream, by the way, from like 17 miles away, so I'll try my best to make this work. Gotta loop up the throat. I will stay in the mess I made. Fire your guns, it's time to run. Throw me away. There, I tried. I tried to make the Boonie Hog joke work. The problem was I didn't play Hog in the playoffs. I think that's the issue. We would have won the grand finals if I just locked the Hog, but Quite unfortunate. Number 3, what might come as a kind of a surprise ranking based on how they did. I'm going to have the Fiji Frogs at number 3. Your angular, best, and awesome and sexy goodest team we win all the season. That's very true. We'll get that explanation out of the power rankings, Liv, how the awesome anglers are actually the champions, but we'll go through the power rankings first. Number 3, got the Fiji Frogs. The Fiji Frogs, I did say Mickey Mouse for the Emma Skies. I don't think there's a bigger Mickey Mouse than the Fiji Frogs. I honestly am just happy they got there because of my preseason when I was like, yeah, Frogs are like the top 3 team or like a top 4 team. So my Frogs hopium got cashed into the bank and I was the only one to believe in them at that point. But that's also because I got an entirely new team for playoffs. It's hard to rank them because they had like 3 ringers every single game. I have them at number 3 because I made the grand finals, but shout out to them, they did a good job. But then once they got the grand finals, they just didn't have the right ringers, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, that they got kind of dominated by the Pankara Pushins. I don't know. How would you rate the Frogs? Like, comment, and subscribe how you would rate the Fiji Frogs, or how would you describe the Fiji Frogs being number 3? Because honestly, I have no clue. It's just, I think that with all the ringers and everything, and that controversy, I just can't have them top 2. Because at number 2, I got the Iceland Imps. Oh. The Iceland Imps. What can you say about them? Number 1 seed. They won all their games in the regular season. Once they got to playoffs, they started winning, but then they lost to the Fiji Frogs. When the Fiji Frogs had good ringers that time. The Iceland Imps did lose. But then, once they got toward the the losers finals, because they beat the awesome Anglers, and then they went on to face off against the Pushins, but they were down Invictus, who was their first round pick. And then at that point, no offense to Poi, no offense to Ox, Blastia, Sully, whatever you want to call them, just you're not Invictus. It's hard to be Invictus, and then towards Mat 5 as well, Trey's kind of a time limit and had to leave. It's not to say they would have won that fight if Trey was there. But they lost it because I was there. So Iceland Imps would have been number 1, but Iceland Imps signed Booney last second for agent and just didn't work out for them. He was ring chasing. It's very sad, honestly. And I mean, number 1, what else can you say? Pushins. They won the championship. Great season. They were number 3 in the power rankings before playoffs. They made the finals. They beat the Frogs 4-1. They beat the Imps. Best team in the league. I don't know what else to say. Great all-around roster. Mikey's a carry. PJ's a god. Nuttier, you played the game. I'm just winking for fun. I also don't know if you guys can hear it, but my roommate is watching Northern Lion play Super Auto Pets. I just heard the bring, like the market coming through, or they level up. Anyway, that's gonna be our power rankings for the final time this year. So yeah, do you like where your team placed? I don't know. We got 19 people in the chat, so perhaps you can give your explanations as to why your team should have been higher and or lower. But we are going to move on to our award predictions for this year. So we're going to start off kind of with the lowest and go towards the top. And these are just my predictions as to what they are. But of course, I was the commissioner for 5 seasons, so my word is almost law in award shows. So if they're different, the admins just messed up. Cast number 1. Listen, I really stretched to put the Cats at 8. All right, Paige. I tried my damnedest. You weren't in 10th, okay? I might be the only person in the goddamn face of the earth who didn't have the Cats number 1, 0. All right, I've had you at 8. I did my damnedest. Okay, so the best haircutter award. To my knowledge, this is just who made the most clips, and that's Nuttier. Really, no argument. The Commissioner's Award. My notes for the Commissioner's Award say someone from the Rialto Ringers, so Markle can jack himself off one last time, and there are a couple people potentially here. You got potentially a Pneumonia, maybe a Poke, but Poke kind of the entire Draws Ducks team kind of just quit, so I don't know if he can really give the Commissioner's Award. So if I had to give the Commissioner's Award as a bystander this season, I'd probably give it to Fedora, just for the work that Fedora did Kind of the same reasoning I gave it to Marco a couple years ago. Just put in a lot of work on the production side, on the announcements, on the whole administration kind of part of it. So I'd say Fedora, with that logic, would get my Commissioner's Award. But hey, it's all to Marco. There's no real thing other than who do you think earns it. So, well, Ducks kick W. Yep, good Ducks. Best Broadcaster. So Best Broadcaster, I believe, is different from Best Caster, where you can include producers as well. So I kind of limited it to who was actually producing this year, which would be me, Trey, Fedora, Naga, Warren, and Invictus. I think did all of them. If I maybe Paige did one. So we got 7, I believe, eligible for this award. So yeah, but Fedora already won it, and so did Trey. So it kind of knocks out 2 of them. War also won it. So yeah, so now we're down to 4, and I gave it to Naga. I think Naga is going to be the best caster, best broadcaster this year. I don't believe Naga casted before this season. But I think when Naga came in, I think Naga, for their SR as a color caster, was stupendous. Their understanding of the game, the way they were able to explain things concisely, as well as having fun in the broadcast, I think, honestly, it was very worthy of being best broadcaster. So I really did cast alongside Naga a lot this year, so I got kind of the first-hand experience of that casting, and I believe that they are very worthy of winning the award. So, shout out to Naga. I think Naga definitely deserved to win this. The PMA Peter / Patricia. I limited this one to who is part of the GM crew, because they were always GMing. So this would include like Trey, Paige, Curb, Pneumonia, Yeetmeister, that kind of crew that always said GM in the morning. No, it's not going to be me for posting GM Growth Watch League # general with the smile dog. If I did begin the year, maybe, but I also talk a lot of shit, so I probably will never get PMA Peter / Patricia. I gave it this season to Pneumonia. I think Logan came in the chat quite often and never had anything really bad to say. Pneumonia always started conversations, was always a pleasant person to talk to in general chat. So I think Pneumonia, lunchtime, I don't know. That's kind of my explanation. Lunchtime at 10:30 Central Time, because why not be SMH? Yeah, I probably agree. Definitely fancy coming in here being like, guys, I can't swear on my Discord. My mom checks this, so he's obviously a PMA. He can't be mean. He's mean. Don't give it to him. Okay. Anyway, Mr. / Mr. Irrelevant Award. I gave it this year to Charb, because they're part of the Ice and Imps, and Charb, honestly, is just a poggers gamer for their SR. So, I mean, how are you going to argue with Charb, not being the Mr. / Mrs. Relevant? Another person I possibly would have given it to would be Zelos, because Zelos, I believe, was picked in almost the last round, and was a very strong component for the Awesome Anglers, so I think Zelos has maybe an argument, but I think just for the value of SR, it's definitely a Charb. Best Captain. So I try to get to somebody who hasn't won Best Captain, because obviously PJ is a great shout. Brought the team back, was always, I think the Pushins, even though they were trapped by PJ or whipped by PJ, whatever the hell their nicknames were, I think everybody really enjoyed playing for PJ, and PJ made a great culture on the Pushins that ended up winning. So, winning is always a pretty good sign if you're a good captain. But I gave it to Trey, because also, like PJ, oh, I hate my team. Oh, this and that. Sylveon GIF, I think Trey just I think the team of the Imps really enjoyed playing with each other, and I think that starts from the head down. So Trey built a great team with players he wanted to play with, and I think it really showed on the PJ's abusive. HV Sex as best captain, I would also agree, because I don't think HV Sex has won captain of the year. I believe the person who won it last year was Wrecked, so yeah. Honestly, Trey or HV, I think would be great shots. But I went with Trey because just number 1 seed, all the way to final, people had a good time, blah, 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 blah. Rookie of the year. There was only like 4 or 5 rookies this season, so it wasn't really that difficult to decide who's going to win it. It's Grigma Mail. Grigma's kind of poggers. It was me. Okay, it was you. So yeah, it can't be HV sex. It can't be HV sex. I never get for this season. Those who know, I mean, we all know. We're not gonna say it though, but we all know why. Greg McMail, just a pop-off player for the Welsh Whales. Not the best. Space Muffin. Okay, yeah. Which one of those Wales players are gonna pick? The one who just didn't play or the one who carried the team? Nash is also a pretty good shout, I think, but Nash also had a lot of support. I think Nash had a great team around him to really flourish and thrive. Great DPS as well as a main tank and Trey that made the space. Nort Rookie of the Year. Yeah, Nort Logic, a very new player. But I gave to Greg McMail because I think Greg McMail was able to make things happen on themselves with the flanks and all that stuff. So, hey, shout out to Greg McMail, great player. Schmilf, whatever the hell you want to call him. I meant Nash. Fuck. Nort Rookie of the Year, guys. Big surprise winner. Nort comes out of nowhere and just steals the award. Most improved player. There was really no doubt in my mind who it was. It's going to be Sonic Ronick because after what happened last season on the Necco, Sonic came in towards the end of the season, had a decent showing, had some cool games here and there. But then, congrats on winning Boonie Rookie of the Year. But it's Loom Rookie of the Year. He had a great debut. I need to stop reading chat. But yeah, Sonic Ronick, most improved player. Sonic turned from a solid off-tank player to an MVP candidate, a true carry level player this season. And we saw their SRs just go up from like gold to diamond on all their roles. So I think honestly, just in terms of even statistical data, they're the most improved player. But I think just on the field, or I guess in the server, Sonic showed everybody that he's way better than he was last season, and is definitely someone to look out for in the coming seasons. So yeah, nice job, Sonic. PogChamp. What went from 4-1-4 to 2? Yeah, sure. Yeah, MVP to not even the candidate for your team. Obviously, most improved player. Best meme. There is really only one thing that's going to win here, but I do want to give a quick shout out to People Content. People Content. He's not upset that he's not going to win this award. He's content with it. But yeah, Mam. I mean, Mam's been there for the entire year. It's got the sticker. It's got the cat. It's got the relevancy. Plus, we got to remember who's picking it. It's Fedora Master. Who made the meme relevant? Fedora Master. I think there's some bias there. Mamba on bias, but it's a good meme. So, a good job. There was not too many people that could have won it. Yeah, Mamba straight Borpa business. I think Borpa Content is Borpa Content. And, Sylveon GIF / KDA GIF posting is straight Doomer mode. There we go. Those are the three. And, alright, best clip. I think there are there's two clips that could win best clip. And I believe both of them are from Corey. I can't think of what the other one I was thinking of was, but I mean the winner is literal cock torture. It's literal cock torture, man. There's no clip in my mind that stood out other than literal cock torture, man. It's not the best pod clip, it's just funny as hell to just see Corey laying on the ground screaming, "This little cock torture, man." It's even funnier because I was probably like 20 feet away in my house as he said that, so hey. The Mercy Glock? I don't think so. Oh, a Mercy on the Cart. Yes, Mercy on the Cart. War on the Cart with Corey on the ball. That's what I was thinking of. And for the Easy LKA 8 BPA free Dirty Fountain Bowl, whatever the hell. Yeah, so I think that was the other one I had in mind when I said both clips are from Corey. But yeah, it's Corey just sitting on cart in war trying to push it, not seeing him, but it's literal cock torture, man. You're not going to beat literal cock torture. Best duo. I think there are a few people you could probably shout out. Purple Jesus and Mikey, I think, are a good one for this one. Boony Bonesy, I think, are another good duo. But my winner was going to be HV Sec and Fancy. I think probably the best duo. They never won a chip, so maybe that'll kind of disqualify them from winning this award. But their regular season success or last few seasons have really stood out to me. So I think that HV and Fancy are a pretty good shout here. They always seem pretty inseparable. It could be HV and Jack too for the Fortnite garbage. Not garbage, but Fortnite shit posting. But yeah, I'll get to HV and Fancy because they're playing the server. The MVP, Real Dog, the People's Guide. It's funny to say that he's just gonna win it because he's the People's Guide and all that. But I think Real Dog honestly had a great season for the OTs, for their SR. Was almost a standout player in a lot of their matches. The support line of him and Strudel was almost the reason why OTs did as good as they did this year. They were pretty pog. Yeah, Riddle Pog, Riddle Frog, Riddle Dog, Riddle Hog, Riddle Guide. I don't know. But yeah, I think Real Dog, the People's Guide, is going to win that one. The GOAT of Overwatch 1, the final award to discuss here. It's pretty easy to say Bonesy, the GOAT of Overwatch 1, but I actually want to provide another opinion here. I'm guessing Bonesy's going to win it, but I want to shout out Invictus, actually, for the GOAT of Overwatch 1. I think Invictus, when you go back to Season 0 through Season 5.5, bar Season 2 and 3, Invictus was always on, the best team in the league in the regular season. He has 2 chips. In Season 0, we were in the finals on the bottom tier Bustas, top tier Troglodytes, that team. Season 1, the Mongolian Muskies. Season 2, we want to talk about the Fishermen. Season 3, we want to talk about the PMAs. But also Season 3, hold on. If anybody says Season 3 disqualifies Invictus, remember in Season 3, Bonesy quit the league. So, I'm just saying, Season 3 should be out of the water for both these players. Then we go into Season 4. Season 4, we have him winning with the Pompey Pelicans. Season 5, what team were they on? Let's say Michael Hawks in Season 5, number 1 seed. Lost to Cantopes. Get over it, by the way, St. Michael's Hawks players. Season 5.5, they're on the 1. On the 1 seed for the S and Imps. I think this Invictus, honestly, has a really strong case for the GOAT of Overwatch 1. My Kato Boys bias is showing, but I think it's between him and Bonesy. I don't know who else you give it to. You could... it was the Kanto that lost the Ringers, but you didn't win the championship, is what I was more or less saying. But yes, you lost the Ringers. Or actually tore Kanto inside out. Yeah, okay. Sure, I bet you did. That was a really good dream you had, HV. Make sure to share the rest of your dream journal in the chat as well. But yeah, Invictus, I think, is a shout-out for me, but it's probably going to be Bonesy. New admin team Preds. I had this on here because I was bored, so I'll predict the new admin team because it's also getting announced tomorrow. Returning to the admin team for next season, I have Fedora, Flip Flop, and Rusty. I think those are 3 very solid... Mickey Mouse Melon. Those are 3 solid admins coming back for next season. The additions, I think, are going to be Riddle Dog, the People's Guide. People have been arguing Real Dog for Commissioner for a while, so perhaps Commissioner, but I also have another guess for Commissioner. So Real Dog, all returning admins are cringe, I agree. But Riddle Dog, I don't know who they are, but I probably agree if Fedora, Flip Flop, and Rusty are going to be the trending ones. There. Real Dog, the People's Guide coming in. I also have Yeetmeister becoming an admin here. I think Yeet, I think Real Dog and Yeet are kind of that shared brain cell. So I think perhaps that could work. Oh yeah, Fedora Commissioner. That's also a really good shout. Maybe that's why he's doing the award show to announce he's commissioner. Fancy, did you just like 5D underwater basket weaving me there? Anyway, my guess for commissioner was Cabra27 just because they're the head of the Overwatch at the U, so that's kind of been the tradition is the head of Overwatch is the commissioner. So it's kind of a lame man's guess. But honestly, Fedora or Real Dog makes a lot of sense. He does a lot for Go for Watch League, I agree. He basically this year Fedora was the commissioner. If we're being honest, all the announcements and stuff, all the production and all that was Fedora. So I'm gonna change it. Fancy just MTD'd me in the admin team prediction. Muffinlos becomes commissioner. You know what? Comes on nowhere to make a new logo. PogChamp. Good for them. And we're gonna end BOON1ESPN season 5.5, season 1. Is going to be the World Cup preview. I I'm not gonna go super in depth here. I'm just gonna think who the top two teams in each division are. For EU, I've got Ukraine. I've got the Mongolian Mikeys. Team Ukraine, but just the Mongolian Mikeys, or Team Norway. I think are probably gonna be your top two there, because Ukraine, the Mongolian Mikey Sergi is always there. Those guys always play together, so they're kind of innate synergy. They can get their start to work. And Norway, you got Fancy and Invictus. You basically have the mixture of the Iceland Imps and the MS Guys. And yeah, Emiro for Team Iceland. I think Team Iceland will be pretty solid. They're the MSU people, so maybe that synergy would come in handy as well. So they do have the best logo. But yeah, Norway has a lot of synergy from playing together over multiple seasons, so I gave it to Norway out of my top two. And then on the non-EU side, I've got Nepal. I got Team Nepal, captained by PJ, just won the championship, so they're obviously going to be a top contender. They have a lot of members from the Pusheen, so that championship team's coming together again. And then USA, baby, all the way. I gotta prep my own team, man. You know, we got me and Bonesy. We're candidate for best duo in my opinion. Then we're bringing in Corey. We're bringing in the Cock Torture. We got a lot of awards this season because we got the Cock Torture, maybe best duo, the Goat. Curb will give us cat pictures, and plus we have the power of friendship and all that. Oh wait, Sonic 2. Sonic gonna win most improved, so. We have a big trophy case. That's obviously why Team USA is the best in our division. I don't really know. What do you mean we have the GOAT? Well, okay. I said Invictus, but it's going to be Bonesy, all right? I just try to be different. I try to be quirky and different sometimes. Just let me be, man. But with that being said, that's it for us here at the BOON1ESPN. At our ghetto studio here, of course, our regular studio built over there is under renovation for season 2 of BOON1ESPN. But so we're kind of stuck here. We thank you all so much for watching. This wasn't supposed to be a live thing, but it was kind of just like I don't got time to record and edit in one day, so fuck it, we'll do it live, Bill O'Reilly style. And here we are. I hope everybody had fun. I think. Who knows? Maybe BOON1ESPN will just be live in the future. I like to read and chat. I like to interact with everybody. But, yeah, make sure to tune in for the award show tomorrow, hosted by Fedora Master. And watch all the World Cup action for Go for Watch League. And be ready to sign up for Season 6. Whenever that comes out, whenever the new admin team says that's good to go. I've really got nothing for you. So, for the final time, this is my last stream of Season 5.5. So, for the final time, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great rest of your evening.